everyone, this is Joanne coming to you live from New York. I'm also known as #UnicornBoss. So as you guys are jumping online tonight, go ahead and hit me up with some unicorn emojis since those are my jam. If you're grabbing me live, go ahead and leave me a number 1. And if you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. So super excited tonight, you guys. Wishing you all a very happy Unicorn Monday. So normally on Mondays on my page, I do a little bit more of a business live, but feel free to stay and participate. I'm going to talk a little bit about how to conquer self-doubt today and how to build your confidence. So this is something, whether you have a business or you don't have a business, this is something that you can definitely apply to your personal life as well. So I invite you to stay along with me and participate in the video tonight. So I see a bunch of you guys jumping online. Welcome. If you're grabbing me live, don't forget to say hi and let me know where you're coming in from, and go ahead and leave me a number 1. If you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. And if you're a brand new friend, don't forget to comment new below so that way I can circle back around and say hi to you. I've got a ton of brand new friends, so if you're brand new to me, welcome. My name is Joanne. I've been keto over 1 year now. I've lost 60 pounds, quit my corporate job. I lead a very successful team with my online business. I'm living the dream and I work hard every single day to let you know that you can have it too, okay? So this is more of a business live, but like I said, you can remember, you can always apply this to your personal life. So I hope that you will stay and participate in the video. We're going to be talking about self-confidence today, and we're going to talk about how to kill self-doubt and how to just be a better person. So let me say hi to a few people real quick. Don't forget to say hi and let me know where you're coming in from. And then we'll go ahead and get into the tips and tricks for today's video. So hi, Laura, Marie, Marsha, Tanya, Jill, Leanne, JT, Jana. So happy to have you guys. I'm doing pretty good, JT. So I think I finally beat the flu. It took me well more than 10 days, but somehow I survived, you guys. So I think coming back into real life here. So thanks for sharing, sweet Tanya. So by the way, if you guys love my page, you have a lot of fun and you learn lots of brand new things, whether it be keto or business tips, make sure you give the video a quick share. I so appreciate your love and support. So by the way, if you own your own online business, if you're a boss babe like me, or if you're an entrepreneur, go ahead and comment below, boss babe or entrepreneur. I love connecting with other like-minded business people. That would be really fun. So let me go ahead and get into it. So I just finished a really intense month of business, you guys. February was intense for me. And the reason why is because there were only 28 days. So for those of you in network marketing, you know what a challenge that can be. You're missing like the final 4 days of the month. That's like almost a week's worth of business and potential opportunities that can be lost. So, but our team was really awesome. We worked like beasts and we were rallying around those last few hours, those last few days to kind of push through and make some magic happen. So it was really awesome to see how our team was growing and just the mindset and the confidence and the excitement. So what would have normally been a really tough month ended up finishing quite strong and being pretty exciting. So I see JT's a brand new entrepreneur, so welcome to the life. Okay, that's super exciting. So hi, Maria, welcome. So recently I listened to a podcast by Ed Mylett. He's one of my favorites, by the way. So if you're looking for a really great mentor, somebody to look up to and get great business tips and just life tips from, sorry, I've got like totally have hair stuck to my to my lipstick there. Make sure you look up Ed Mylett. He's one of my favorites. So feel free to comment and share with me what some of your favorite people to listen to either on podcasts or read their books or whatever you want to share. Feel free to share in the comments. I would love to hear about it. Maybe one day I'll just do like my favorite top business people, but I listened to, Ed Mylett is one of my favorites, and I listened to this podcast where he was talking about self-confidence, and I thought, you know what, this is a really great topic because a lot of people really need to hear about this, and it's something that really resonates a lot with me, so I can't wait to tell you my story, and I'm going to give you my top 3 tips on how to build your self-confidence and how to kill that self-doubt, okay? So how many of you guys out there struggle with self-doubt? If you do and you feel comfortable sharing, remember this is always a safe space here. here, go ahead and leave me a sad face emoji below. And I'll tell you honestly, I would be the very first one. I'd be leaving lots of sad emojis because I really struggled with my self-confidence. I struggled. I had self-doubt. I was one of the worst doubters out there, I think. And I know a lot of you look at me now, you know, I get hundreds of messages and I chit chat with a lot of you, and a lot of you say to me, oh, but it's so easy for you, Joanne. I can't do this online business that you do. You know, you're energetic, you're confident, you're magnetic and on fire. And while I appreciate the beautiful compliments, you guys, I want you to know that I did not start out that way. And the easiest way for you to know is to go back to my page, look at January 1 year ago, and you'll see my first live video was a hot mess. I think I had 4 viewers, okay? And I was not as confident and magnetic as you see right now, okay? So that's the first thing I want to start with, you know, and I want to share with you that I started scared, doubtful, and worried about my future. You know, I invested quite a bit of money into starting my business, and I thought, good Lord, what did I just do? What if I can't sell the things? What if I can't make this money back, okay? I was messy. I was a doubter. And I didn't think the person that you see right now even existed. If you had told me 1 year ago that I was going to quit my corporate job and go full time and do all of these things and build a massive team and be a top recruiter and make some good money and change lives, I would have said, you're crazy, okay? But I want you to know that that person was and is and does exist, okay? I'm going to give you my top tips on how you can build your self-confidence. So if you want to hear about it, go ahead and give me some hearts below, or you can pop right here and send me some hearts. By the way, I forgot to share in the beginning, if you haven't followed me yet, go ahead and click on the bottom here, click follow and see first, and don't forget to turn on your live notifications. Thanks so much for the love, Christy. It means the world to me. And, you know, like I said, this was a dream. Who would have thought that just a little blip on the radar 1 year ago that I would have manifested this brand new life? So first things first about self-confidence, you guys, I want you to know that it's an internal game, not an external game. Okay, so it's internal. It has nothing to do with your status, with your family, what you have. Okay, none of those things. It's all about what's inside of you. Okay, you are not your possessions and you are not your accomplishments. Okay, so if we strip it all bare and we just get to the nitty gritty, well, I'm proud of you that maybe you've done some fantastic things and maybe you've had some wonderful accomplishments, and those are awesome to be proud of. But when we strip it all bare and you're naked and you're just down to the nitty gritty, okay, it's all internal. Okay, isn't that a relief? Are you guys relieved? If you are, give me some hearts below, because let me tell you, I was relieved to know that self-confidence isn't something that people are born with. Now, of course, we have different types of personalities, and if you've done the Marketa color quiz, personality quiz, go ahead and comment below what color you are. So if you've done the Marketa quiz, it's free, by the way. I challenge you to do it, so go ahead and do it, and then come back to the video and let me know later on what color you are. But I'm a yellow personality. So there's different colors. There's yellow, green, blue, and red. Okay, so reds are your natural leaders, blues are your fun, happy people, yellows are your lovers like me, okay, and your greens are your analytical types. And of course, you're going to have a little bit of each color within you, but there's always a dominant trait. So I say all of that just to kind of share with you that, like, confidence, it might be easier for a red type personality, but you're not born with it, okay? There aren't these naturally confident people that are born. It's all internal, which I think is really exciting, because what that tells me is that anybody can become confident. Okay, and that was something that really appealed to me when I first started this business, because I thought, I am not confident, I can't do this thing, okay? But I want you to know that you can, all right? So what that means is that we're all on an even playing field, and anyone can be a confident person, which I think is really, really exciting, okay? So the next question that I have for you guys is, now that we know that confidence has nothing to do with personality, traits, status, possessions, or accomplishments, how do you work on the internal? Okay, so it's easy to say that confidence is internal, but how do I get in there and fix it? How do I make it better? Okay, so I'm going to give you my next two tips and tricks on how to build self-confidence. So first one I've got for you is it's all internal, okay? Now I'm going to teach you some tips and tricks on how to work on the internal, okay? So if you're still excited, go ahead and give me some hearts and share the video and give me some comments below. So first things first that I want to share with you is that self-confidence is building a reputation first and foremost with yourself, okay? Of course, you can build it with others, but it's important that you're building that relationship with yourself. So here's an example, because when I first heard this, I kind of was confused. I'm like, how is confidence, what does confidence have to do with building a reputation with me? It kind of didn't click. It didn't really marry together and make sense for me. So here's the example that I have for you. So how many times do you tell yourself that you're going to do something? Okay, I'm going to throw some examples out there. Let's say I'm going to eat healthy today. I'm going to make some better food choices, right? Or I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do it today. Today is the day I'm going to make it to the gym, right? Or sometimes it's, just a small promise to yourself. I'm going to get that laundry done. I'm going to hang up those clothes. I'm going to do those dishes, etc., etc. So if you have something that you've been telling yourself maybe for a few months and you haven't done it yet, go ahead and comment with me if you feel comfortable. Remember, this is a safe space. Share with me below that thing that you've been telling yourself that you're going to do, okay? And how many times do you break that promise to yourself, you guys? You break it like it's absolutely nothing. Like, I'm going to go to the gym, and the day goes by and we come up with a million excuses and nothing actually happens, right? But I'm going to give you guys some tough love, and I know that some of you really need to hear this, and I just want you to know it comes from the bottom of my heart because somebody loved me enough to tell me this 1 year ago, okay? You need to hear this. When you break that promise to yourself, you tell yourself basically that you're nothing, that you're not important. So if you're telling yourself on the daily, on the repeat, on the regular, that you're not important, and that you're nothing, how on earth can that person be confident? How can they possibly be? You're destroying that reputation with yourself, right? So we need to make some kind of amends here. And I'm telling you guys, when I learned this, it was absolutely life-changing to me. Hey, Amanda, welcome. So happy to have you. This is a sister here that keeps promises to herself. Because let me tell you, on February 28th at 11:30 at night, at midnight, her and I were going back and forth about how we're going to hit our goals. And we had less than 30 minutes to do them, okay? It's all about keeping promises to yourself. I'm telling you, this was life-changing. I've got goosebumps right now just thinking about it, okay? So the day I decided enough was enough, you guys, that I was going to start honoring these promises that I made to myself, that was when everything really started to change. And I remember the exact day it happened, and you can probably go back and find a live video, but I committed to a 30-day live challenge with my company. They were offering some money. There was money on the table that if you went live every day for 30 days, I forget what it was. It was like maybe $200, but that's nothing to shake face at, you guys, because I needed $200 back then. I still need it now, okay? I wasn't going to let free money pass me by. So I committed that I was going to do this 30-day challenge. And what ended up happening was I randomly got invited to a party. And I kind of forgot about it, and it was like 10:30 at night, and I realized that I hadn't done my video yet. And, for those of you that know me, when I go live, I've got notes. This is page 2 of my notes for tonight's live video, okay? So here I am, I'm at this party. I got no topic, no notes. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do, and I was tempted, y'all. I was tempted to not go live. I was really outside of my comfort zone. I thought, where am I even going to go live? And I struggled, the internal struggle of keeping that promise to myself. And I reached out to my mentor, and thank God I've got an amazing mentor, you guys. And she said to me, girl, you better get your you-know-what out in the car, turn on that dome light, go live and tell your people that you're keeping that promise to yourself and that they can too. And thank God for people that love you to push you to do the hard things, you guys, because I did. I said to her, but what will I talk about? Who cares? Just do it. Just keep that promise to yourself. So that's what I did. I went out in the car and I turned on the dome light and I said a few prayers and I took some deep breaths because I was pushing down a panic attack, and I went live, and it was the best feeling of my entire life because I kept that promise to myself. And that was when the magic started to happen, not only in my personal life, but for my business, because I started to realize that I'm not going to come up with those excuses anymore, that I'm not going to let myself down anymore. Okay, so I started to build a fiercely loyal reputation with myself, and that had no choice but to boost my self-confidence, right? Yep, Amanda, that's like you too. You too. Hi, Nisi, welcome. So I started making goals and promises to myself that I could actually keep. So here's the thing, you guys. There's a fine balance between dreaming big. We always talk about hashtag dream big on my page. I dream big. Get way out there, okay? Because you just never know what's possible. But at the same time, you have to be careful, especially when you're keeping a promise to yourself. Start a little bit small. Okay, sometimes I'm a bit of an overachiever. Does anybody suffer from the perfectionist gene? So you can comment overachiever or perfectionist below. But, I'm that person that sometimes I have to dial back a little bit to make sure that I put achievable goals that I can keep to myself, okay? So if you need to start slow and then work up to something a little bit more challenging, there is no shame in that, okay? So there's no shame in doing some regular, consistent behaviors that you can do every single day and honor those promises to yourself, okay? And then as it gets easier, guess what? You can bump it up a few notches, okay? And then when it starts getting hard again, it's good to do hard, once in a while, but if it's constantly hard, that's not a sustainable behavior or lifestyle, okay? So you better believe that if I promised myself I was going to get to the gym, my butt was making it to the gym. I was going to do it. I stopped making excuses, and amazing things started to happen, especially in my business. So I want to challenge you to kill that self-doubt, build that reputation to yourself by keeping those promises, okay? So that's step 2. And going along with step 2, we're going to call it like 2A, is part of keeping promises to yourself is also celebrating the wins. Okay, so when you keep that promise to yourself, you better be celebrating, okay? Make sure you move your body, celebrate every single time, even if it's like a little thing, every time I get a brand new customer, I take a moment and I stop and I celebrate that win, anytime somebody sends me a thank you message, thank you for saving my life, thank you for doing this thing, I take just a moment and celebrate that win. And movement creates confidence too, you guys. So get up and move your body. If you need to do a little dance, if you need to say woo, if you need to get into it, don't be afraid. So movement creates confidence, and the more you celebrate the teeny tiniest of wins, the more consistent you'll become in your new behavior. So you'll find that these celebrations start to become more regular, and guess what? Tiny wins add up to bigger wins, and bigger wins add up to monumental wins, and monumental wins and add up to a whole new life, okay? So, you may think it's silly to celebrate this teeny tiny little thing, but don't. It's really important because you're building that momentum of winning behavior and celebrating those wins. So I've got my very last tip. Are you guys enjoying this? If you want to hear my last tip about how to build confidence and kill that self-doubt, go ahead and give me some hearts below. I really appreciate the love. So my last tip for you is to actually believe that you deserve to win, okay? I know this seems like a no-brainer, you guys, but you don't have to answer me, but if you feel confident and free and you want to, go ahead. But how many of you out there think you're unworthy? Okay, I say that with all of love. It actually hurts me to say it because I know I was the worst offender. Love you guys too. Thanks for the comments. It helps me keep going. I get worried when it's like gets quiet in here. I'm like, oh no, are there still people here? So, I was the worst. I thought I was very unworthy of so many different things, okay? And that's just such a lie. Such a lie, okay? So if that's something that resonates with you, I really challenge you that we need to work on this together, okay? You have to believe that you deserve to win, okay? So I learned this from Ed Milet. This is his quote, not mine. He said, good people often do not take what they deserve on the table of life. Good people often do not take what they deserve on the table of life. So there is wealth and abundance out there just waiting for you. Okay, a table of blessings that the universe, that God, a higher power, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter to me, okay, but you get what I mean, right? This table is full to the brim, just waiting for you, and it's set aside for you. It's just got your name on it. It says reserved Joanne, reserved Sherry, reserved Nisi, right? Thanks for the love, you guys. I appreciate it. So all you have to do is claim it. It's already yours. Your dreams and your hopes and your desires are already yours. You won't eat from that table, though, you guys, unless you understand that you are worthy and you are so deserving of that and more. Okay? It wasn't until I started realizing that I wanted more and I was deserving of more, and that wasn't something to be ashamed of. You know, I grew up in a very challenging home. I also grew up very religious. So sometimes I was taught that, you know, wanting more than what I have right now sometimes can feel shameful. Sometimes it can feel selfish. You know what I mean? But just think about, I learned this from one of my mentors, actually. She taught us that, you know, money doesn't make people bad. You are who you are inside of your heart right now. So if you're a good person and you have more money, guess what happens? You do good things with money. Okay, so, you know, people are out there and of course they abuse money and they use it for evil things, but that's because their heart is in a good space. But I just think about the kind of freedom that I could do with financial freedom and wealth and time freedom. The things that I want to do to make an impact on this world, how I want to give, how I want to donate, how I want to change people, how I want to help people. Okay, so if you have goodness in your heart, money just allows you the opportunity to magnify all of those good things. Money is just a magnifier, okay? In itself, it's not evil or wrong. So, you know, you deserve to win, you guys. I want you to know that at the end of the day, period, you deserve it. You are worthy. Start working on that belief. It's really, really important. So some of my favorite ways, because I like to always give you guys ways to actually do these things, practical things that you can put into practice and actually work on. So some of my favorite ways to work on my self-belief are to practice hypnosis. One of my favorites is Paul Santisi. You can look him up on YouTube or Spotify. He's absolutely free. But he's got some great hypnosis that you can listen to. I like to listen when I'm sleeping. And it's just a repeat of mantras and self-affirmations that you can tell yourself subconsciously and start to work on generating those new thought patterns and behaviors, right? Some of my other favorite things to do are to do self-affirmations every single day. So, and there's some apps you can use to also do this. One of my favorite applications, it's called Think Up. There is a free version. I loved it so much, I eventually paid for the updated version. But basically what you do is you look through the list of self-affirmations and mantras, and then you record yourself saying them, and then it plays back to you. So while you're getting ready in the morning, putting your makeup on, brushing your teeth, whatever, you can let that play. My favorite way to do it is to let it play while I'm in the shower, and I hear myself saying these things, and there's a space in between each mantra, so then I can physically say it out loud to the universe and put that good energy out there. And like I said, you start to build these new thought patterns, these new behaviors, and these new ideas, right? I know I love him too, Sherry. Isn't he so good? You're welcome, Carol. I love you. You're one of my favorite people. So another one of my favorite tips and ways to practice this is to perform what we call a mental rehearsal. So I actually learned this from one of my favorite teachers and mentors when I went on my most recent business trip. He taught us about the importance of doing a mental rehearsal every single morning, okay? So right when you wake up, even maybe before you get out of bed, can you take 3 to 5 minutes? And first of all, focus on your gratitude. Do your thankfulness, do your gratitude practices. But right after that, work on your mental rehearsal. So think about what you would look like. What would one day in your ideal life look like? So walk yourself through it. What do you look like? Where do you live? What would you do? Dream and carefully plan out each step and celebrate those feelings. celebrate those wins, you know. So if one of your dreams is, like for instance, one of mine is to train people. I want to stand on a big stage and train a bunch of people. So I imagine myself being up there on the stage, feeling the lights, looking out in the audience and seeing all the people, feeling the stage creak underneath my feet as I'm walking around, you know, all of those things. You actually want to rehearse every single moment and feel the emotion, because the more that emotion resonates with you, the more it will come back. So if you keep doing this, if you continue to fiercely practice this every day on the daily, guess what happens? One day you just might wake up to a whole new life, because I know that's what happened for me, you guys, okay? Maybe I'm not up on the stage yet training people, but the life I'm living right now was something I was dreaming about and practicing in my mind, thinking that it would never happen, okay? So it's amazing how you start to build that momentum as that energy and belief starts to cultivate your self-confidence and all of that. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed learning tonight about the muscle of self-confidence, and that it's something you can grow within yourself, okay? It's not something that you can just say, well, I'm not a confident person, it's not for me. You guys, that's a cop-out. So I'm going to close on a quick story and then we'll be over here, okay? So thanks for sticking with me. I hope you guys are enjoying it. So when I was little, I actually grew up in a very troubled and an abusive home, okay? And I lacked severe confidence and self-esteem. I really, really struggled, okay? I was that shy, quiet, dorky girl that wished I had more friends. I was that girl that would go to a party and sit in the corner and wished that somebody would come talk to me, okay? And I'm so glad I'm not that person anymore. And I'm the person now, I go out and seek people just like me, because I know that there are people out there like me that can't do it yet, okay? But that was truly me. I suffered from severe self-doubt, lack of self-confidence, lack of self-esteem, okay? But guess what happened? I attracted a best friend who was like the super confident Wonder Woman, beautiful person, okay? Thank God for my best friend. She was amazingly confident. She was a saving grace to me, okay? She helped me be a better person, and she saw the potential in me, and she loved me right there for who I was and continued to love me as I started to become a better person, okay? And she loved on me when I needed most of all. So I always thought, well, she's confident. You had confident Sarah and then shy and quiet Joanne, okay? And we were two peas in a pod. But I want you to know that that was the biggest lie I ever told myself. Who says I need to be shy and quiet Joanne? Why can't I be confident Joanne just like she's confident Sarah? Okay? And I always thought that she was just born that way, okay? And she had a natural talent at a young age, but it was something that she cultivated and grew as she developed. And looking back now, I can see how she was developing that self-confidence, but it wasn't something that she was just born with, okay? You can be whoever you want to be. I really want to challenge you with that. Take from the table of life, practice your mental rehearsals every single day, and one day you may just wake up to a whole new life, okay? And the last thing I want to leave you with is, if you're curious about what I do and how I'm able to work from home full-time, travel, build financial and time freedom with my online business, I would love to get you some more information and share my opportunity with you. So if that's something that you're just curious about, you can comment curious or say business below. And I would love to get you some more information. So thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed my tips and tricks on self-confidence, and I will be back to do some cooking with you guys real soon. By the way, quick announcement. I wasn't planning on saying this here, but if you're keto and you want to be a part of my keto workshop in March, okay, it's going to be March 20th through the 30th. If you want an invite to my workshop, comment workshop below, and I'll make sure I get you some more information. So thanks, you guys. Love you. Have a great night. I'll be back to chat with you again soon. Take care.